People of the world, friends and relatives, I hate guitar solos. I've always hated guitar solos. I have the same relationship with guitar solos as I do with teeth. I understand that they serve a purpose. They have a function. I understand that other people seem to like them. I also understand that if I just chose to ignore them for my entire life, it would make me look bad. It would cause problems for me. But I wish that neither existed. Yeah, you heard me right. I wish that teeth didn't exist. But since we are forced to live in a world that contains teeth, I figure the least I could do is show you some guitar soloing tips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Misery. People of the world, friends and relatives, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you a soloing prerequisite, and then I'm going to show you 8 tips that are very valuable. These aren't like hyper advanced, they're sort of like basic, but I think that they are useful for almost everyone. Soloing tips with Stuart Alexander Lehman-brown. First thing you need to do is you must know the minor pentatonic scale. If you already know it, good for you, I'm proud of you. It's like a prerequisite. I'll show it to you really quickly right now. Let's learn the A minor pentatonic. I dropped my pick. Would you please play the 5th fret on the top string, and then 8 on the top. Then on the next string, play 5, 7. Then on the next string, play 5, 7. Next string, 5, 7. And then 5, 8. And then 5, 8. All right, this is a quiz time. Pop quiz, clear your desks, take out a piece of binder paper and all of your pencils. Put your pencils in the bag, put your paper in the bag, put your phones and your wallets in the bag, lay on the floor with your face against the ground, count to 100. Good news, you all passed the test. Quiz, you all passed the test quiz. 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Play it with me. This is the A minor pentatonic scale. 1, 2, here we go. You must know that scale backwards and forwards with your eyes closed. Like, you have to just know it like it's not even a thing. It's just effortless to play. The minor pentatonic scale is very easy to play on guitar, and it is a group of notes that sounds good together, and almost not every, but almost every iconic guitar solo is based on the minor pentatonic scale. You might think that the minor pentatonic scale is like a beginner scale, and if you're an advanced guitarist, you don't need to think about it. You are a fool and a coward, because everyone should think about it. I hate it when I use the word should. It's my least favorite word. I hate the word should almost as much as I hate teeth. Everybody uses the minor pentatonic scale, no matter what genre. I mean, Kirk Hammett, Elliott Smith, Peter Frampton, Miles Davis, Jimmy Page, Adrian Lenker, Mac DeMarco, Christopher Columbus, John Williams, Burt Bacharach. Once you have learned the minor pentatonic scale, you need to know how to figure out where to play it on the neck. So here's the deal. You have to figure out what key the song is that you're trying to solo over. So for this video, we're gonna use While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles as an example of a song that you would solo over. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is in the key of A minor. A really good clue to figure out what key a song is in is usually, not always, but usually the first chord of the song is the key. And if that doesn't seem right, then try the last chord of the song. And if neither of those seem right, then you can either like study music theory for a year, or you can just search online, what key is this song in, and then you'll be able to figure it out. Let's just say that the song you're playing is in the key of A minor, like While My Guitar Gently Weeps by George Harrison of the Beatles. Then what you need to do is you need to find the A note on the top string, it happens to be the 5th fret. Uncle Stuart, how am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that the A note is on the 5th fret of the top string? Well, there are plenty of resources, including, but not limited to, my Memorize the Fretboard video series that shows you all of that kind of stuff. Once you've found that starting note, that main note for the key, then you just play the minor pentatonic scale pattern starting on that note. So let's do one more example. Let's say the song you're playing is in the key of G minor. Well, we have to find the G note on the top string, which happens to be the 3rd fret, and you just play the scale pattern starting from there. Great. Uncle Stuart, what if it's not in a minor key? What if it's in a major key? Great question. I have a very helpful hack for you. Let's say the song that you're playing is in the key of A major. Well, you still need to find the A note on the top string. Once you've found it, then you're just gonna move backwards 1, 2, 3 frets, and then start the minor pentatonic scale pattern from there. It's just this helpful little trick. It's great, I love it. Oh man, guys, so happy to share this with you. My pleasure. Honestly, if it were up to me, I wouldn't be doing a soloing video, so you're welcome. Okay, that's the prerequisite. We've done it. Minor pentatonic scale. You better know it. You better learn it. You better taste it before it goes bad. Okay, fantastic. Time for us to move on to the tips. Tip number 1 is do not attempt to use the, oh wait, I should say one more thing. Prerequisite, second thing. Hey, Uncle Stuart, I don't understand what you mean by soloing tips. Like, then you showed me a scale. What? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Okay, let me explain something to you. Do you know what improvising is? Improvising is where you make stuff up as you go along. That's what we're talking about. Like, if you want to just like learn solos from other songs, great, go ahead. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about making up your own solo on the fly, or like you could making up your own. We're talking about making up your own solo. Tip number 1, use scale fragments. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't try to use all the notes of the scale all the time. Choose tiny little fragments of the scale and just use those few notes. I recommend maybe using 2 strings worth of notes from the scale, maybe 3 strings worth, and just hang out on those notes for a while, then switch to another fragment. Let me give you an example. I'm going to start my solo just using 5 and 7 on the middle 2 strings. I'm using the A minor pentatonic scale, but I'm just going to use the middle 2 strings at first. Let's see how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you stick to just a few notes, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes, it ends up not sounding nearly as rambly. It sounds more melodic and more focused. Once you've hung out in one area for a while, then you can stretch a little beyond that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tip number 2, leave plenty of empty space. Uncle Stuart, I knew this was going to be one of the tips. Everybody says leave lots of space. It's the notes you don't play that matter. I don't understand. It sounds stupid when I leave space. I get it. Here, I have a specific pattern for you to follow. You ready? I want you to play, choose a scale fragment. I want you to play a short little solo lick, like maybe 5 or 6 notes long. Then I want you to go completely silent and just wait for 5 or 6 beats. Then I want you to play the exact same 5 or 6 note lick again, and then go completely silent for 5 or 6 beats. Then I want you to play the same little solo lick a 3rd time, but add some extra notes to the end. Even if you try to play the exact same thing, you're gonna end up changing something accidentally. If you try to leave 5 beats of silence, you're gonna end up leaving 3 or 4 or 6 or... We're trying to go in with an intention. We're trying to be intentional. We can stray from the plan all we want, as long as our intentions are noble, virtuous. Tip number 3, learn the 5 modes of the minor pentatonic scale. So, we have that minor pentatonic scale. You also can play it starting. This gets a little confusing. Let me show you something real quick. I messed up, sorry. Uncle Stuart, I don't understand. Why did you just do that? Look, there's a video that I made called The Modes of the Minor Pentatonic Scale or something like that. I'll put a link in the description. That's your homework assignment, is go watch that video and learn the minor pentatonic modes. What that will do is it will let you use the minor pentatonic scale, but throughout the entire neck, so you're not just stuck in this one spot. Sorry, I'm very emotional about the minor pentatonic scale. Tip number 4, prepare some fast soloing licks in advance. You know how when you hear most soloists, they're doing their kind of like jammy stuff, and then they go into like a, whoa, where'd that come from? Usually, they've already planned that part out in advance. So maybe you have some like noodling around stuff that you're just making up on the fly, but then when you do that really fast, like you've already practiced that a ton, and you just get to like, when you're on stage, you just go, oh, I'm gonna do my fast thing, and your fingers just do it, and you're not actually making that up on the fly. So tip number 4 is come up with like the fast, impressive things in advance and practice them, and then play them verbatim on stage. How do you come up with those fast licks? Well, one is you can steal them from other people's solos. That's like a pretty legit acceptable thing you can do, is listen to other soloists. You hear them do a fast, cool thing. You learn it, you copy it. And then the truth is when you perform it, you're going to put your own little spin on it anyway. So it's, in general, it's ethically and financially and morally acceptable to copy other people's soloing things. But then you just have to, like, if someone says, whoa, where'd you learn that? You go like, oh, it's a Sammy Jimserson lick. And they go like, oh, him. Tip number 5, know what scale notes you can bend and have it sound pretty good. So here's the very, very basic tip for what notes you can bend with the minor pentatonic scale. So you know how we went 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8? In general, you can bend the 7s and the 8s, but the 5s in general are not gonna bend quite as nicely. So for example, look, if we go, that was great, I bent that 7. Now I'm gonna try it where I bend a 5. Oh, that was actually really cool. You can bend all of them. Shoot, darn it, this tip sucks. Okay, wait, no, I just practiced it a little bit more. I was right. Bending the 8s and the 7s work all the time. Bending the 5s work some of the time. So if you're in doubt, bend the 7s and the 8s and not the 5s. It's still not a great tip. Tip number 6. I have one exercise for you. It's a minor pentatonic exercise to work on your speed and dexterity and string switching and all that. Would you please play 8 on the bottom string, pull off to 5, then play 8 on the second string from the bottom, and then play 5 on the bottom. So it was pull off 8, 5. Great work. Then play 8 on the second string from the bottom and pull off to 5 on the second string from the bottom. Then play 8 on the second string from the bottom and pull off to 5 again. Then play 7 on the third string from the bottom. Then play 5 on the second string from the bottom. Then play 7 on the third string from the bottom. Then pull off to 5 on the third string from the bottom. It's a lot of notes. Look, watch this. 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. Here's what's happening. I'm going down 3 notes in the scale. Then I'm going to the up a note, and then going down 3 notes again. Then I'm going up a note, then down 3 notes, then up a note, then down 3 notes, then up a note, then down 3 notes, then up a note, then down 3 notes. So sick of this video. I legitimately don't like soloing. Can I show you? Here's my best soloing tip. This is a bonus tip for you. This is the greatest when you're like jamming and then it's like your turn to solo and it's like, so one guy's finishing up the solo and he looks over to you and he goes, this is what you do. You ready? You go like this. You go. And then you just don't have to solo. It's great. The exercise sounds like this. It's a nice exercise. It gets you all dexterous with the solo. All right, tip number 7. I have a note that we're gonna add into the minor pentatonic scale that sounds great. Are you ready for it? So you've got 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. So that 5 on the 3rd string from the bottom, go back 1 fret from there to 4. That note right there is like the coolest note that you can add in. So we've got the scale. You can do it, and then if you're in a different position, you're up here doing the E minor pentatonic, you go. There it is. It's beautiful. It's the 9th of the key of E of the key. Okay, that's what a tip for you, and that's the last tip I wrote down, but I swear I had one more tip. Oh! This tip is the best. This is the only good tip. All the other tips are, honestly, they're just what I do to make soloing tolerable so I can play a passable solo. And so they're legit tips. They're just like, they're not exactly earth-shattering tips. But you can ignore every other thing I've said in this video if you follow this final and best soloing tip. Uncle Stuart, I'm pretty sure we could just ignore everything else you said in this video anyway. Yeah, it's a good point, but you don't have to be a wise guy about it. The final tip is learn other people's solos note for note. This is so energy and time intensive, but every single guitar solo that you learn how to play note for note, and then especially if you can play it along with the recording, for every solo you learn like that, you will get like a 1 step up in your ability as a guitarist and as a soloist. I recommend trying to do the Stairway to Heaven solo. It's a really solid solo. It uses the A minor pentatonic scale. It goes through the different modes of the A minor pentatonic scale. It has some really cool technique things in there, but it's also very accessible. It is difficult, but it is doable. Make sure you pay attention to the rhythm of the solo, not just the notes. Somebody needs to make a tips video for tips for creating a soloing tips video, because I could use that one. Am I right? Don't make fun of me in the comments. Look, guys, anything that you might say to me about this video, I'm already saying to myself in my head. Here's what I'm gonna say, okay? You ready? I have one more thing to say to you, and that's that I don't appreciate your attitude. I appreciate because if you've made it to this far in the video, then you've just watched this whole like 20-minute thing. So you're like a real fan. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry I was being so rude to you. Would you please tell the other people in the comments to stop making fun of me?